Oh. Hi. I've decided that I'm gonna do a little reading challenge. I want to try and read 1,000 pages in a day. So I thought that I would take advantage of the day off, the Easter Monday day off, and start my week today. But the day got away from me, so I started at like 7 p.m. on Monday, and I'm going to count everything I read up until 7 p.m. next Monday and try and get to 1,000 pages. I've just finished an audiobook of An Elderly Lady is Up to No Good after Courtney Verida had such a good time reading it. So that's my first 178 pages. And now I'm just going to read. I read a couple of these short stories. Shut Up, You're Pretty by Taya Montonji. And so I'm going to read a couple more and add that to my tally. Hopefully I'll get to sort of 250, 300 pages today, because I have a lot of work to do during the week, so I don't want to leave too much of 1,000 pages for the weekend. Otherwise I'll have to read all weekend. Oh no, what a drama. But we'll see how I go. Oh. We'll see how I go. My phone died, but I'm gonna read some of this. Bruno, hi. What you doing? Are you cold? Are you cuddled down?
I wonder if he wants to go for a walk, or if he just wants to, or if you want the heater on.
Or does he want under the sheets?
Or if he wants a treat. That's what he wants.
You want a treat? I don't know how this is gonna go, so we're gonna try and record a little, bit of life. Driving to work, listening to a book. I'm beginning to think that having a goal of 1,000 pages is exactly what I needed to force me to make time in my life to read. Because if I keep going at the rate I'm going, I'm gonna smash it. Ooh. Or I'm gonna forget and I'm gonna talk to you the whole way and forget to put a book on. What will we read? What will we read? Let me turn the big speaker on because my car is old.
Bluetooth mode.
Bluetooth mode. Let's see what I've got in downloaded. What will we listen to? Let's listen to The Secret Lives of Church Ladies. That's been on my radar and it's nice and short.
Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books presents.
enjoyed the things. I'm going to take that inside to charge. Oops. Let's turn the camera off. I don't have any more thoughts. The stories are fun. There's clearly some. The collection is cohesive so far. Makes lots of sense. My phone is going bananas because they need me inside. So I better go inside. I will see you later.
Some question. I guess I haven't lost anybody close to me for several years. I haven't had anything personally that's made me feel sad. I struggled with depression when I was a much younger person, and I don't remember how that affected my readings. So that's a form of escape to...
So I finished The Secret Lives of Church Ladies today, which brings me up to 385 pages, which is freaking awesome. It's only Tuesday. I'm totally gonna smash this 1,000 page target, but it sort of indicates to me that the balance of how much is going to be audiobook versus physical book is going to be wrong for the way I read. I really try. I find audiobooking a little bit harder to take in all the detail, and I guess I'm kind of new at it, and I find it harder to absorb all the information. So I tend to only read sort of non-fiction or YA or sort of more simple short stories, things that are, I guess, a bit more consumable. So tomorrow I'm going to try something that's a bit heavier, a bit more literary, and see how that goes, because if this split continues of how much audio I'm listening to versus physical books I'm reading, then I need to get better at listening to the kind of books that I like to read, because sort of the kinds of books that I like to audiobook make up about 20% of my TBR. And they probably need to make up about 90% of my TBR, if you get what I mean. Anyway, that is a massive digression. I'm home now, and I have had tea and chilled out for a bit, and I'm just gonna start my reading for the night. So I'll continue with Terra Nullius, and but before I do, I'm gonna read another couple of stories from Shut Up You're Pretty. And that's what we're going to do until, at least until Scotty gets home, and then we'll see how the evening goes from there. Hi, quick update on my 1,000 pages in a week reading challenge. Is Wednesday. I got up to, let me see, I've got 551 pages on the challenge to go. Oh my god, like halfway almost. And like I sort of started to notice yesterday, 357 of those are read by audio and only 90 something physical. So that's the biggest problem I think that I'm going to have with this, is the balance of how I read. I'd really like to be reading much more, many more pages physically than I am in audio, just because of my preferences of reading each format. I don't know. But anyway, today I'm going to listen to a book for the Disability Readathon and in the car, and continue with the same physical books that I've been reading the last couple of days. Hopefully, maybe even finish one. Yeah, so that's my check-in. I will talk to you later. Bye. Hi. It's been a while since I've checked in, so I just wanted to say, firstly, today is Sunday, and so just like an hour short of 6 days into my experiment, I've hit 1,000 pages, which is awesome. So I just sort of wanted to have a chat about the books that I have read and what those 1,000 pages were sort of made up of. I'll go backwards. The last book I've picked up is for a buddy read, and it's this one, How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. I'm about 110 pages into this. This is super easy to read. It's set in Barbados, and we're dealing with sort of two storylines. One centers around Lala, and the other is centered around Mira Whalen. I've seen lots of good things about this on BookTube, and so far it's living up to the hype. The story is gripping. And yeah, so that's the last thing I've sort of picked up, and I'm 100-ish pages into. Before that, I finished Terranalius, which is the Red Under the Bed book club pick for the month. I don't want to talk about that too much, because if you want to read it, you just need to go into that without knowing anything and just pick it up and read it. And also, we haven't had our book club discussion yet, so I don't really want to launch into discussing that on a video until we've chatted in our group. Before I finished Terranalius, I read a couple of chapters of Don't Touch My Hair, which is a non-fiction, I want to say collection of essays, but it's not quite. It's a non-fiction work about black hair and what the cultural significance of that is. We're reading it in a buddy read. I have been blown away by the depth and breadth of this topic. It is fascinating and emotional to read. Before I started that, I finished as an audiobook A Mind Spread Out on the Ground, which I picked up for the Disability Readathon. That was non-fiction that was written beautifully. It covered a lot of the sort of Indigenous experience, I guess, of the author, whose name is not going to come to me right now, and was probably less about mental health than I had thought it would be, but nevertheless was very interesting and a worthwhile read. Shut Up You're Pretty was before that, and that was a collection of short stories, but they're all linked and chronological from the perspective of one narrator, which I'm reading for another project. And then before that, I read The Secret Lives of Church Ladies as an audiobook, and An Old Lady Up to No Good as an audiobook. So I got through heaps this week, but what I guess I really learned is I ended up reading sort of close to 700 pages on audio and about 400 pages physically. So I have a tendency to read much easier books on audio, things like YA or non-fiction, that I don't feel need sort of multi-level attention. And I think if that is going to be the split, then in order to get to all the books that I want to read in fiction, I'm going to have to start to look at sort of upping my game on that.